Had this one guy on here once. I remember watching the clips on YouTube where he was talking about like Christianity, like ancient Christianity,
Yeah.
and he asked you about. I think it was a clip about psychedelics,
Yeah.
like Chris. But I forgot the exact question he asked you. He was like, "Can I tell you?" He's like, "Can I tell you about like the way Christianity was?" Or something like that. I forgot the exact question he asked you, and you said yeah, and then he kind of like yeah, and then he kind of laughed a little bit. Bro, that shit scared the shit out of me. If I would have
Why?
heard the guy laugh after he's like, "Can I tell you about this?" and I'm like, "Yeah," and then he laughs, I'd be like, "Never mind, bro." I feel like he might. Why did he laugh? That guy
What are you
scared.
gonna tell me? You gonna say a magic spell? What are you gonna say?
He was talking about I don't remember all of it. I just remember he was talking about like that Christianity used to be kind of like a cult, and then he was saying something about they went underground with it to watch it or something.
Who was that, Jamie? You know who that is?
I was thinking he was talking about Brian Murray.
Brian
but it doesn't
Murray,
sound-
probably.
It could have been somebody else. But
It might have been Brian. Brian's amazing.
Yeah, I mean, it was a cool episode. I mean, I learned a lot of shit about Christianity that I later forgot, but it was just it was just that the one way he asked the question that scared the shit out of me. And I was watching the clip like at 1 a.m. just chilling. So I turned that off and I just turned the lights on in my room. I was like, all right, freaked me out a little bit.
It's what's interesting about Christianity is everybody wants to know what was the first shit they wrote down. Like everybody knows like the New Testament, right? The New Testament. But then you go, what about the Old Testament? Like, that's not, don't pay attention to that.
Yeah, I don't really like that they be changing shit. Give me one set of rules, leave it. Now, if you choose to follow them or not, that's on you. But don't change shit.
Even if it is the writings of Jesus, even if it is even if all that is unadulterated, it's not been altered by human beings, it's still put together by people, written down by people,
You ever do that
and
thing?
very different than the Old Testament.
I remember they did this like at Barber College once, just to like teach us a lesson or some shit. I don't know, but they had this long bench, and they sat down all the students, and our instructor whispered a secret to the first person on the
Right.
far right, and then they
Telephone
gotta keep.
game.
Yeah, you gotta just keep whispering the secret down the line, and by the end of the line, it's a totally different sentence.
Right.
That shit made me never want to like check out the Bible anymore.
Yeah, the Bible was. They think it was an oral tradition for hundreds, if not 1,000 years before they ever wrote it down.
God damn,
Yeah,
that's a lot of mix up.
could be. Yeah,
Yeah.
for sure. People could have added some shit in there.
You religious at all? Like, you go to church or anything? You follow a religion?
I'm not religious, but I'm not an atheist. People always say I'm an atheist. I'm not an atheist.
I feel like I'm on something like that. Like, there's something going on out there. I mean, I grew up like somewhat Catholic, like how most Mexican Catholics are. Like, maybe you don't go to church, but you do this thing all the time.
Yeah.
So like, I still like, but yeah, there is. I don't know, man. I don't know what to believe. I do want to have a religion. I'm not gonna lie.
It'd
but
be nice
sometimes
if there was
don't.
a good one. One you could like really lock into. Like, man, you guys are making sense.
Well, I just like that people really like lock into something, and like, I don't know, man. I wanna like defend something. I want to be like, you don't speak that way about Allah,
Right.
But-
It's a nice gang to be a part of.
right?
Very aggressive gang.
But I also feel like the gang I belong to, whether I like it or not, is like the comedy world.
Yeah.
Just make fun of everything.
Yeah, that's our gang. But I think religion helps a lot of people, and I don't necessarily think it's.
Oh yeah,
I think it came from somewhere, and I think there's like real wisdom to these stories that people wrote down thousands of years ago. But there's a lot of problems in the translations too, because they're translating shit from, like here's a good example. The Dead Sea Scrolls is the oldest version of the Bible that they're aware of, and it's from Qumran. They had these caves, and they found these big pottery vessels with scrolls in them, and these scrolls they're all made of animal skins. Like, that's how old they are.
Shit.
That was their paper. They wrote on animal skins. And one of the ways that they figured out, they had to put it all together again, and a lot of it was crumpled and falling apart. And so they had to do DNA testing so that they could figure out, okay, these samples are all from this cow. And so we'll put these here. And it took them fucking years and years and years to do this. And after 14 years of deciphering it, there was this one guy. His name is John Marco Allegro, and he was an ordained minister, but he was also agnostic. Because when he studied theology, the more he started studying it, the more he's like, wait, what the fuck is it? How come this is so much different than this? And what's the origins of these words and where does this all come from? So this guy studies this Dead Sea Scrolls for 14 years. And then he writes a book called The Sacred Mushroom and the Cross. And he said that the whole Christian religion was really about psychedelic mushrooms and fertility rituals. That these people had hidden all of these stories in these allegories and in these tales. They'd hidden all this information on what to do and when to do it. And that it's a very, very controversial book, but that all of the, even...
You think they got it at Barnes & Nobles?
I think you can probably get it now. I know it got republished. I think it was bought out by the Catholic Church for a long time. And then...
I didn't know the Catholic Church was buying out books.
They didn't want this one out.
Some Wolf of Wall Street shit.
I don't know if that's true. I need to find out if that's true because I've said it before because someone told it to me.
Dude, you say it with enough confidence, it's true.
Yeah, if you say it with enough confidence, you can. But
Catholic Church bought out GameStop a couple years ago.
They're responsible for Battlefield Earth.
Hell yeah. Man, that's crazy that they were writing on like cow skin.
Yeah, that's all they had.
Fucking cows, man. Cows have never had it easy on this earth, bro.
Nope.
Kobe beef. Even when they have a good life, it's only for Kobe beef, you know what I mean?
Right. Even if you're a good life, it's only like 16 years old.
What is it like in Japan where they really like massage them and feed them? Imagine being that cow and just being like, damn, I've heard about cows that get slaughtered, but man, I got lucky to be born in this life. And they're like, nope. You got slightly luckier than the other cows, but still a cow.
The thing about cows is if you care about like suffering, if you can buy beef from a regenerative farm where that cow dies instantly, lives a great life until it dies, and then you'd say like, no, we should let them free, they should be free. The way they die when they're free is horrific.
Yeah?
Horrific. Yeah, because they get eaten to death.
Oh yeah, right.
Yeah. They get eaten.
Yeah.
Most of them are not going to make it
Who
past
eats
being
them?
a calf. Mountain lions, bears, wolves. If they bring wolves back. They've brought wolves back everywhere now. Wolves are in Colorado now.
back
They're
now.
moving them in. Yeah, they're moving them in.
Badass.
I don't know.
You ever heard it? The
bro.
wolves are back in town. The wolves are back in town.
I think that's the boys.
Oh yeah. Well, you know
The
what they
wolves are
meant.
back down. They're
Wolves.
going to eat your dog. They're going to kill your kids.
Oh shit! I didn't think
Yeah,
about that.
That's the Little Red Riding Hood shit, man. That's all the big bad wolf. That's because in Europe, in like the 1400s or whatever the fuck,
They're eating people's grandmas and
they
shit.
ate everybody. Wolves ate people.
Wait, what year?